going on, my good people? I'm here to talk about something that's rarely talked about in our community, but something, nevertheless, that's extremely important. And it's a component. It's a bunch of different components, but it's all kind of the same thing when you're speaking about, people and their intentions. Being a spirit breaker. You're like, what is a spirit breaker? Like, people wonder why people are not going to church. And then to hear someone close to me say they done got molested from somebody at church. And she said, we're not gonna do that. So she don't take her kids to church. See how that shit work? A bunch of, like, when the church don't talk about somebody who is a spirit breaker that's up in there molesting the children, and the spirit breaker just get to run free for 10, 15 fucking years before he move on to another church. He tired of the kids at this church. He gonna move on to another church. And that's how it happened, bro. It be that fast. You let a spirit breaker run through your church, and you done protect the children. And now the children don't feel safe, so they don't bring their children to your church no more. See how that works? See how you lose your congregation? By not getting rid of the spirit breaker. The spirit breaker gonna leave. You don't want no old ass woman, and the young woman ain't gonna bring their kids there. So damn, you done let a spirit breaker ruin your church. But remember, one bad seed can go around from that molestation and say, shit, I like what happened to me. I like but I'm big enough to do the molesting now. It's some people that went out into the world that was molested and went out and, like, this should be working three ways. You either become a molester yourself, you become an advocate for people who have been molested, or you don't do shit at all. That's how it works. Like, I know this should be difficult to talk about, and it should be hurting people's feelings, especially the molesters. They don't want to talk about that shit. Oh, let's talk about something else. It's the economy. Nah, bitch, it's you. You are the number one reason America is fucked up today. You fucking molesters. Chester the molester, Celeste the molester, whoever the fuck you is, your ass is the number one reason that the church is messed up, first off. The second reason that the trust in the church is gone. You killed it. And the people that sat around and watched, you're not protectors because you sat around and watched, so they don't feel safe around you. Sometimes these people go out of these churches and they become tougher than their parents. You know why they become tougher than their parents? Because they have to be tougher than their parents, and they got to protect themselves. So they put on a harder shell than what they really are. And then what it really does for the women is, is hypersexuality, or they're weird about sex. All of it is weird sex energy. It's no balance in the middle. No balance in the middle. So you lose your femininity, your divine feminine in that moment. You don't even know it. Motherfucker that took a little piece of your spirit. You still walking around. Motherfucker that half-ass killed you. Better get it back. You about to be restored. Don't worry. Don't worry. But let's talk about the men too. Let's talk, because obviously these molesters have not stopped at just little girls. They like little boys too. So what happens when you molest a boy? A boy does not naturally like to have sex with other boys. So some of them become really fucking angry. I mean, real angry, to the point they can snap a motherfucker's neck. Angry, insecure, and some of them turn gay. Imagine. Just try the shoe on for a second. Imagine people just start raping boys. Boys full of testosterone. It's not We move past it. Boys with testosterone. I'm gonna tell you something about motherfucking testosterone. That's a dangerous substance. It's like a firecracker. It's like the 4th of July and New Year's Eve just passed. That's a big firecracker when you have some unbalanced ass testosterone. Let's say you've been raping people in churches, you've been raping people, because that's what I'm saying. If they're raping at the top, they're raping at the bottom. That's how it works. I don't know if in some people Disney World ass movie that it's only, this doesn't happen as much. Go ask God a real question. Well, I said, God, is it really like this? I watched a movie called Spotlight. And I said, if you have these priests raping people, I know it's happening at the top. And I know goddamn well it's happening at the bottom. It's happening big time at the bottom because they're exposed to more people. So I said, this rape shit go a long way. Long way. It's a long way, man. And, you know, outside, we don't talk about that shit, you know. Let's keep on spirit breaking. And that's just one of them. Let's move along. You got hateful intentions, like plotting on somebody's demise, like hoping or plotting on somebody's demise. Just a hateful intention, bro. I don't know that nigga, but I hate that nigga. I don't want that nigga to make it. But hateful intention, bro, oof, it's nothing worse. Motherfucker sitting right next to you, plotting your demise, broski. It ain't nothing worse. I say, God, if you could please do one thing in my life, you keep these coward motherfuckers so far away from me that if they come close, they motherfucking feet catch fire. That was a real prayer. I just prayed that. I hope you motherfuckers come next to me, your feet catch on fire. Your motherfucking skin start itching. But anyways, moving along. We talking about how you talk to people. Like that hateful talk, hate talk. You ugly motherfucker, y'all bad, ugly motherfuckers. Yeah. Like people say that to children. People say that to adults. People say really, really hurtful things. Super hurtful things that people ain't gonna never forget. People ain't gonna never forget the way that you made them feel, broski. Like, it's some parents that have been talking, like, man, look here, I was watching a show on Netflix called Mind Hunters. And the FBI had put this task force together. They was trying to figure out, could we group all of these serial killers together to, like, build a pattern? So the pattern was moms that talked really, really hateful to their sons. And the sons, they didn't do shit to the mom. They went and fucked up other women. And they put on a good front. Some of them were well-mannered. It didn't matter. Like, these motherfuckers psycho on their head because of how their mama treated them. Like, that mama love something serious, bro. If you ain't never got no mama love, hey, man, you surviving on struggle. Gotta change it, man. You gotta change that up, bro. That shit, like, you around somebody, like, when we get into relationships, man, I be hearing people that be dating. Y'all ain't even made it to the love, the put a ring on it phase yet. And these people be arguing. They say the most mean, hateful shit, bro, because they not getting their way. Yeah, I'm not getting my way. Let me say something hateful. And that shit there, man, you'll break a spirit, man. Motherfucker never look at you the same over some shit you said. And some of the people will stay with you and just be like secretly plotting your fucking demise behind your back. Like, hey, bro, the most common one is beating someone. That's the number one spirit breaker on the planet. How y'all doing? The number one spirit breaker on the planet is just flat out beating someone into submission. Oh, you gotta listen to me because I'm the parent. I'm gonna just keep beating your ass into submission until you listen to me. Because I don't know how to properly communicate shit. I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass into submission. a kid, bro. Kids don't understand nothing. They want everything because they see everything. You give them the cell phone, you give them all the music, you give them everything. And you having them kids trying to figure this shit out. They don't know anything. Don't let a kid fool you. Kids don't know anything. How smart when you walked outside at 18, how smart were you? Most of you motherfuckers dumb as bricks. I included. But man, look here. When people like look in the black community, our parents beat us because they parents beat them because they parents was one step away from fucking slavery. So if your parent like 70, her mama was probably in slavery or one step out of that shit. And the only way she knew to keep you in line is to beat you. Oh, I gotta beat this motherfucker. I'm living in hell myself. Shit, I don't even know how to be a parent. Don't nobody that become a parent know how to be a parent. You learn this shit, you got your own control board. You learn this shit on the fly. Like, these are spirit-breaking things, man. You can break somebody forever just by, like, doing some of these things early in a child's life. Molesting a child at 5, the child growing up, adults like, we don't talk about that molestation shit. And then what happens is the kid sit there and the kid is forced to make its own opinion. And the kid don't know nothing. The kid is finding things out about the world on the fly. And kids ain't supposed to be in no adult world. Kids ain't supposed to be thinking about no sex like that, man. Kids are like really, really honest. Like, kids don't think about stuff like man, I wasn't thinking about sex like that till I was like 13 and my homeboy started talking about it. But these kids are like having full-on sex in middle school and goddamn elementary school. That's not natural. And you can't tell me it ain't some shit behind it. And ain't nobody gonna fucking talk about it because people cowardly than a bitch. Just like Dave Chappelle said, let me quote Dave Chappelle. He says, like, American, I'm probably paraphrasing. He said, like, America had turned to a bunch of bitch-ass niggas. Like, it's kind of what we are, bro. Where we are, where motherfuckers stand by idly and see the most hateful, the most inhumane, the most sick shit. And they just pull out their phone and record it. Cool that you recorded it, my broski, ladies and gentlemen. But if everybody stand up at the same time, these motherfuckers will sit down. But if everybody, and if only one, y'all waiting on one savior. Stop waiting on motherfucking the one Jesus Christ in the motherfucking room and get your ass up too. Hey man, 17 people stand up on a hateful motherfucker, he'll probably sit down. Hey man, you can wheel that knife, motherfucker, but you only gonna hit one person, partner. Like, look, man, we can. It can't just be one, bro. Can't just be one. But now we got a bunch of kids that's been on medicine because they'd have been molested. Ain't nobody want to talk about it. Let's put them on medicine. The medicine will straighten them out. So maybe he'll forget that shit that happened to him or her, whoever. They don't forget. Even when they're babies, they don't forget. Something don't feel natural. I told this story once about my sister. My sister was a lesbian from like very early ages. How you doing, sir? From very early ages, I knew my sister was different. Very early age. My sister would go out to the court with us, man. I'm talking about boop, 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 boop. I'm talking about put that crossover, left, right, whatever, get past you. She was hooping on young men, on grown men, young men at a very early age. I knew she was very different. Very different. And like, man, growing up with it gave me some perspective, man. I grew up in a house with a person. I seen, when she came out, I seen the shit. Like, every look, bro. Hey, man, the Bible talk about the mean looks, that pollution of the heart. Pollution of the heart, bro. That mean look. Imagine like when black people used to walk in to say they want to vote or something, somebody be like, what? A nigga trying to vote? We can't have that. Could you imagine the face that people make? Like, could you imagine the face that black people had to see when they walked into a white establishment, everybody stopped and they started looking at them? Man, do you know what that feels like? But you try to tell that shit to a white person, they be like, that fucking never happens. It's not that bad. Hey man, that shame is a motherfucker, man. You be thinking that you got shit all over your clothes, like how people be looking at you. And so I got to see that with my sister. Like, ugh. Like my sister wore pants, like sagging pants and shit. My sister like the #1 basketball player in college when she was in JUCO. Balling. But man, it was like after, like my sister passed in 2015, a week before my birthday, March 11th. And man, I really went through it after she passed, man. I'm talking about really went through it. Man, I had to find myself over again. So I'm talking to my dad, man, this last year. Man, 2020. 2020, year of revelation for me. I don't know what happened for you. Year of revelation for me. So anyways, I'm talking to my dad. Me and my dad and grew a manly relationship, so we having real life conversations now. And so I talked to my dad. He said, yeah, man, before your sister passed, she told me that she got molested when she was young by a woman. Huh. Imagine a child that grows up and eventually likes women, got touched on, and got pleasured by a woman. Huh. Put some perspective on things. It's kind of crazy that someone would grow up, if they liked what happened to them and they liked who did it to them, that they would grow an attraction. Who knew that would happen? Who knew that? Who knew that? But in the goofy fucking society, they tell us, take a pill. Take a pill and you can deal. We're gonna not deal with anything real. We'll make everything about the feel. It ain't nothing rational. Like, you don't look at the rational, you don't look at the abuser and be like, damn, bitch, you flat out fucking wrong what you did to me. You be like, well, he didn't know. He had no idea. Man, motherfucker know. You know when you touching on a child person. You had to think that shit out in your head a little bit. And then we be sending niggas that, like I be having niggas that went to jail when we was motherfucking kids, they just getting out for selling 5 rocks, 10 rocks. They locking motherfuckers up. Bill Clinton, his homeboys dancing like a motherfucker. And these molesters out here getting 16, 17 months in jail and shit. And then getting time served after they serve half of that shit. That's our country. I don't give a fuck about no rapists. They don't give a fuck about these spirit breakers. My country care about arresting those black thugs. That's the problem with these motherfuckers. Now they got a problem on their hands because the chickens have come home to roost. There's a lot of people that got molested out there. And I just told y'all a bunch of the symptoms of rape and molestation and hateful looks. Like, telling you I seen this story, bro. I done lived a bunch of lives. I'm on my 16th life, I've been told. And so what I'm trying to tell you is, maybe I should have said this shit 16 lives ago. Or maybe I did, and shit got all fucked up. But man, something gonna have to play out, bros, because some gonna have to change out here, because I see a lot of divisiveness and ain't nobody necessarily handling no problems. They just bringing up new problems. Ain't nobody making no solutions. They just bringing up new problems. Oh, it's a new problem. Oh, new problem. Like, goddamn, my nigga. The vaccine's the only motherfucking solution out here. A body that is made by God. Like, God designed this shit. Like, ain't no motherfucker that signed, ain't no motherfucker that was saying, hear ye in 1775. Like, these motherfuckers ain't God. Just because you signed some motherfucking Declaration of Independence, and y'all motherfuckers know how to do some science, that don't make you motherfucking smart. That don't make you no God. Shit, I'm trying to listen to God. You motherfuckers out here trying to tell me to do this thing your motherfucking way because you old and you scared. Nope. Nope. Man probably shitting in his motherfucking Depends motherfucking diapers. And you come out here telling me I need to do something and I don't know what the fuck it's gonna do to my body. Just see. Man, fuck what you talking about. I stopped taking the flu vaccination a long time ago. And why? Because I just didn't feel like it was the right thing for me. I didn't sit and go out there and blame nobody. I did what I wanted to do for me. And that's what God gives me, this thing called free will. And I can freely will myself to say, no, motherfucker, I don't want to do that. Sorry if you don't feel safe. Go get on a boat with a whole bunch of vaccinated people and y'all give COVID to each other, since y'all don't think y'all can give it to each other. I got a vaccine, I have to give it to each other. Then they tell me I'm gonna die. And then I survive it, and then I'm like, well, I did die. And they be like, but go get it anyways. It just don't make no sense. It don't make no motherfucking sense. And don't nobody answer your questions. So y'all out here trying to shame people and break spirits behind people who done made a decision for themselves and their families. Everybody don't live like you. That's why it's a great nation. There's some people like, boy, back when my mama was shit, if the 60s was so great, bitch, give me your cell phone and your computer. We see how great your stupid ass is. Hey man, Brian Gumbo in year 2000 was talking about, I don't want to use an email. Emails. Look at him now. You goofy without an email. Things change, bro. People gotta adapt. Some gotta be new. Everything 2020 is supposed to be and now they gotta address it. And they don't have no answers because we have been voting the same people in office for 300 years. These are the same family members for 300 fucking years. Same, different faces. Different faces, same people. Different face, same people. Different, same people. And y'all wonder why this country is sitting and getting ready to head into some pretty times, and y'all some of these people finna be out here assed out. Because y'all been trusting these same people that have been running the same plan that does not work for everyone. It doesn't work. It's been shown that it doesn't work. They don't listen to new advice or nothing. It's like, okay, let's move this over here. And let's move that over. Man, I'm a logistics guy. Shit, I could put some money over here and put some money over there and wave it like I just don't care and see what happens. But if it's not working, dog, and we keep blaming presidents, but Congress write this shit. President don't be writing no bills. Congress, these same people that have been sitting in office. Let me digress and go back to the spirit breaking part. But I'll just be mad about stuff because this man just come out and curse all the people who did not get vaccinated. Bro, you super wrong. And you should apologize, because if Trump said that shit, you motherfuckers would be up in arms. Oh, he can't say that about anyone. You motherfuckers, every day, dog, we'll talk about Trump. Every day of y'all motherfucking waking lives, y'all woke up, Trump, 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 Trump. He became y'all worst enemy. And I was still doing what I was doing because I was like, president don't matter. Y'all, these people in office are not gonna change. Y'all keep voting in the same people. Mayonnaise and Kool-Aid politics. They're not fixing anything. Imagine a sandwich with mayonnaise and then you got some bread and motherfucker pour some Kool-Aid on the top. That's your politicians. Have a good day. Spirit breakers.